Hello everyone, William Shatner, the legendary actor best known for his iconic role as Captain James T. Kirk in Star Trek, has lived a life larger than most, pushing boundaries not only in Hollywood but also in personal adventures that have taken him into music, documentaries, and even space travel. Yet despite his remarkable vitality and relentless energy, shocking headlines recently reported that Shatner suffered a medical emergency and had to be rushed to the hospital, a development that sent fans across the world into a state of concern and reflection. Because at 94 years old, Shatner has long defied expectations, maintaining a pace and presence that many half his age could barely sustain. And this sudden emergency served as a stark reminder that even icons of his magnitude are not immune to the frailties of the human body. And while details about the exact nature of his condition remain limited, the urgency of the hospitalization raised serious alarms, as paramedics were reportedly called after Shatner began experiencing severe health complications that could not be ignored, forcing his family and close circle of friends to prioritize his immediate care over any public appearances or obligations. And what makes this situation particularly heavy for fans is the way Shatner has been a symbol of resilience, showing up at conventions, interviews, and even launching into space with Blue Origin in 2021, where he delivered heartfelt reflections on mortality, human fragility, and the preciousness of life. Words that now echo even louder in light of this medical scare, because Shatner himself has often spoken about how every day feels like a gift, and how he wants to continue creating, performing, and inspiring until the very end. But with news of his hospitalization spreading quickly, many fear that this may mark a turning point in his health journey, and the thought of losing such a cultural giant is difficult to fathom. Not only because of what he represents to the sci-fi community, but because of the decades-long impact he has had across television, film, literature, and beyond. And while official statements have asked for privacy and urged fans not to jump to conclusions, the silence about specific medical details has only fueled speculation, with some fearing the worst and others clinging to hope that Shatner's history of beating the odds will continue. And in the days since his hospitalization, social media has exploded with messages of support, prayers, and tributes from fellow actors, fans, and admirers who recognize that his contributions to pop culture and entertainment are unparalleled. From redefining leadership and courage through Captain Kirk to reinventing himself constantly as an artist who refuses to fade into the background. And this latest chapter in Shatner's life, though frightening, serves as another reminder of why he has always been more than just a performer. He has been a living example of determination, reinvention, and living without fear. And as fans await updates on his condition, the world holds its breath. Because whether this medical emergency turns out to be a temporary setback or the beginning of a much more serious health decline, one thing is certain. William Shatner has left a legacy that will endure far beyond the headlines of his hospitalization, and while things may look uncertain now, his name will forever remain etched in the hearts of millions who grew up with him, learned from his performances, and were inspired by his ability to boldly go where few dared, making this medical emergency not just a private battle, but a global moment of reflection on the fragility of life, the inevitability of aging, and the enduring power of a man who became more than human in the eyes of his fans. Shatner was born on March 22, 1931, in the Notre-Dame-de-Grâce neighborhood of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, to a conservative Jewish household. His parents were Anne, née Garmez, 1905 to 1992, and Joseph Shatner, 1898 to 1967, a clothing manufacturer. He is the middle of three children. His older sister was Joy Rutenberg, 1928 to 2023, and his younger sister is Farla Cohen, 1942. His patrilineal family name was Shatner. His grandfather, Wolf Shatner, anglicized the spelling. 16. All four of Shatner's grandparents were Jewish immigrants, from settlements in Ukraine and Lithuania, which were then under the rule of Austria-Hungary and the Russian Empire. Shatner attended 2 schools in Notre Dame de Grace, Willingdon Elementary School and West Hill High School, and is an alumnus of the Montreal Children's Theatre. He studied economics at the McGill University Faculty of Management in Montreal, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Commerce degree in 1952. Shatner was a camp counselor at a B'nai B'rith camp in the Laurentians. Over 6 weeks, Shatner helped teenage Holocaust survivor Fred Bild learn English. Thanks for watching.